Well, another day and another video game that goes absolutely cratering out of the sun into the atmosphere because we have Wukong making its namesake. You know, this game, over 1 million people playing it on launch day. That's absolutely insane. I've already talked about how this game is already shaping up to probably be a Game of the Year contender. And now we have the IGN reporter that sat there trying to denounce the game, trying to say the developers behind it. And, you know, it's been discovered PR firms behind these things as well, saying that the developers are misogynistic and sexist and just spewing things just to harm the reputation of this video game company. For what reason, we have no clue, other than knowing that this is going to be one of the premier games that you need to play this season. I wish I could play a game like this. I just don't have time. You know, work behind me. I've got to go and do a bunch of things there, and that's unfortunately how it's going to be. But Wukong, you know, everyone's going crazy. Streamers are getting hundreds of views on this thing, and it is the latest and greatest game out there. And of course, the people that denounced it are now hiding everything, deleting Twitter, deleting LinkedIn, and just trying to be swept under the rug like nothing ever happened. Like these articles never came out, that these hit pieces never came out. This is the media we live in today, where they try and shape the story instead of telling the story, and that is what's going on in World of Wukong, which is really unfortunate. You know, I guess the one side of this is because it's a Chinese firm, and you know you're losing your greatness to something that knows how to put out a video game. You're no longer have the American or westernized version of a video game being on top because it's been knocked down so much. This is the problem that we're facing now with video games and media, is you have people from China able to put together a game. They're able to crack down, put together a game that is an absolute hit success out of the park, and the Western politics are no longer there to be found. This is the game developers that say, okay, you can have a key to this game, but you can't talk about pandemic related things. You can't talk about politics. You can't talk about this stuff, which is that's the way video games should be. And this is stuff that most of us sit there and say, this is what we need. We need companies to stand up and say, get this stuff out of the video game market sphere, and look where it goes. Look at what this game has done, and it's just come out. It's not like you have a word of mouth where this game's going to explode after the fact. You have another series of a video game, much like Hogwarts Legacy, where they said, we don't care what else is happening out there in the world. We're making a video game for people that want to play it, instead of making a video game to be an activistic nightmare of a video game where you need to have the journalistic spin on all these things. And that's where Wukong has succeeded, and they're going to do very well because of that. And you know, I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see that the old form where we don't need to talk about how everything is political. We don't need a video game, or we don't need a media source that's going to tell us that these things need to be in our face, that they always need to write home about an activistic thing where it doesn't need to. We just want to, and people want to escape reality and have fun with their video games. They don't want to have to sit there and wade through all the politics, and that's where we are today. That's how things have changed a lot in today's sphere. Everyone is online, and not everyone wants to consume this stuff. It's a very minute portion of people that want to consume the politics and mix it with their video games. And you know, meanwhile, we have another video game out there called Dustborn. They can't even get 100 people playing at once. The game is some stupid rendition of 2016 politics. And that's all the game is political theater of 2016, where it's sitting there and trying to tell you that no matter what you say for your words, they're not going to matter in the long run, but they're very hurtful if you tell us otherwise. Of course, that game's going to crater into the ground. let's yeet it in the sun, because right now Wukong is burning up so bright that anything in its orbit's going to completely explode. And that's what's going on with Wukong. That's the IGN articles that came out on this thing. They've been quoted, and it just is failing the mark, because everyone knows, everyone out there that is reading anything online has 2 cents to go one step further. You can see that Wukong is doing what they're doing because they don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your political stature. They don't care that you want some sort of activism in these video games. They just care about putting out a game that people are going to buy. The bottom dollar is it. They're putting that dollar first. And because they're putting that dollar first, the money's going to leave and it's going to go to China, and they're going to do very well because they're giving what the market wants. That's the difference. Now, no matter how many skeletons are in their closets, no matter how many journalists are going to try and say these skeletons are going to cause you nightmares, nobody cares. Nobody cares about that stuff. They just care that the video game is good. And that's where we're sitting right now. I'm not hearing reports of optimization issues. I'm not hearing reports that the game is bad. I just see a lot of people clamoring and having fun with the game overall. And I think that's where things need to lie in video games going into the long run. Anyway, I'm your Proud Canadian Phoenix Center Shadow. I'm signing off here. Have yourselves a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.